Welcome back YouTube, we're going to try once again to get Mega Satan, although really what we're doing is carrying on the conversation from last time, so you're going to feel a little bit left out if you don't watch. Talked about some movies I was watching, going to talk about the last one of them now, see how long that takes me. Probably longer because it's a movie that's real bad. It's called Alien Covenant. And it was made by, it wasn't, like Ridley Scott did Prometheus, but did he do Covenant as well? Because Covenant really comes across like, kind of like the George Lucas effect, where it comes across like a bitter old man, sad that people didn't like his Alien movie. Because it seems to like just fly in the face of all the problems people had with Prometheus. He did. Oof, oof, oof. It's like, oh, you don't like that they keep on taking off their sorry, start of the video, effing helmets? Fine, they're not even going to wear helmets, they're going to wear cowboy hats. I don't like that there's no xenomorphs. Fine, there's going to be baby xenomorphs running all over the damn place. Oh, you don't like that there's a final girl fighting an alien on a spaceship? Okay, we'll do a final girl fighting an alien on a spaceship. Oh, you don't like that there's no nudity? Fine, we'll do a pointless full body nudity scene between a guy and a girl for absolutely no reason 10 minutes from the end. Oh yeah, they did have ear flaps, yeah, that's true. That probably would protect them. Except for the two folk that it didn't. Oh wait, no, only one. One got infected via the mouth, one got infected via the ear. It was still, like, I still watched it, but pointless sex scenes are not a thing in these movies, though. Not usually. In slasher movies, sure. Oh, that's the thing. The Friday the 13th 2009 movie, loads and loads of nudity. Of just a naked girl grinding on a guy. Because Michael Bay film. Like, only the first two Friday the 13th are sleazy. Well, no, the fifth one was as well, because that was made by a porno guy. But the rest, they couldn't get away with it, so they did nothing. But Prometheus is this, like, even if you hate it, it's this really slow, smart sci-fi movie. And then Alien Covenant is like someone threw tin spaghetti in front of you and called it a meal. Or a nice restaurant meal. It's like, here, ingest this sustenance, bitch. So the plot to Covenant, such as it is apparently humanity is sent off like seeding ships to go terraform planets and whatnot, and this one is called the Covenant, because of course it is. And they accidentally detect someone singing Country Roads. This is not a joke. They detect someone singing Country Roads further from where humans should be, so they go investigate it. And they find the planet where Shaw and David landed on, which used to be populated with the engineers, but mysteriously they've all been Pompeyed, if you know what I mean. So they go down there and they walk around without helmets, and a couple of them get infected by black spores. Honestly, the only effective point in the movie, which actually was really good, genuinely really good. First guy who gets infected gets back to the landing ship. He's getting carried there by the whoever she is. There's one person left at the ship, she's fixing it. They both take him to the med bay, and then he starts, like, his back cracks open and something starts coming out his back, and then one of them has like a panic attack and runs away, locks the other one in there with them. And then when she gets back with a gun, sees that he's, like, something's grown out his back, and is too scared to open the door and leaves the perfectly healthy lady in there with him. That sequence works right up until the lady who's in there with him sees like a little alien fetus drop out of his back, start to get up and it has claws and shit. And then rather than reach for a gun, which is shown in the scene, she reaches for a knife, holds it out, and is like, don't come any closer. So what the hell is that? There's a gun right there. It's only a pistol, but still, it's literally next to the knife, and you chose the knife. And then she gets murdered, and then the other lady tries to shoot. This is also not a joke, by the way. The other lady then comes in with a shotgun, slides on some blood, panics again, runs away. The alien fetus monster chases her by smashing his way out. She grabs another gun, starts shooting wildly at it, wounds it, it starts to run away. She keeps shooting, she hits a fuel tank and explodes the entire ship. That is a thing that happened. No, it had like razor sharp claws. She couldn't have stood on it. Well, maybe after she wounded it, I suppose. It kind of like falls over and then like if you wounded an animal running at full speed. Humanity's finest. To be fair, that lady is an engineer. That lady is not a soldier. She's not a scientist. She's an engineer. It might have been the first time she was firing a gun, although she did know where they were. She has terrible aim, and she has plot convenient aim to blow up their only means of getting out. Walk in, walk away. But that's where the film starts going downhill. That scene is the only good scene in the movie. Like, just that whole sequence of those three characters. And not the quote-unquote main character who's just some boring lady who ends up being, like, super tough Ripley at the end for no reason. Like, Ripley is only super tough in Aliens. That's because she's seen this shit before, she knows what she has to do, and she wants to save Newt, so she goes full, like, Die Hard. In Alien, she's the sole survivor, but she just mostly runs away from the alien. She's not a super tough lady in that one. But they kind of, again, try and have their cake and eat it too by making her both. I don't even remember her name. What is her name? I think her surname is Daniels, but I have no idea what her first name is. I just know that her on-screen husband is James Franco, and he dies in the first 5 minutes of the film. To a space accident, which is also not a joke. She's very... yeah, I'm trying to remember her first name. I don't remember her name. I think her surname is Daniels. But in the Aliens universe, most people get referred to by their surname. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. The husband of the woman who accidentally blows up the ship, he's on the big ship. He's on the Covenant, which is carrying like 3,000 people or something, who are in cryosleep because they're not crew. They're just like, they're going to make the new world. And when he doesn't hear back from his wife, he isn't told she's dead. He just doesn't hear back. He overrides the computer security to allow him to bring the ship dangerously close to the planet. And at first the other crew members are like, no, you can't do that. You can go a little bit, but not fully. So he's like, okay, I'll go a little bit. And then he still doesn't hear anything, and he decides to go dangerously close to the planet with the Covenant. And then the crew member's like, no, you shouldn't do that. And he says, I'm doing that. And then they both look at each other and then go, okay. And they help him by overriding the computer. He's the only other survivor, incidentally, that dumbass, and his name is Tennessee, because he wears a cowboy hat. And that made him memorable, if nothing else, because his character is stupid and he has a stupid name. Hello, Kitty. So then the people left on the planet, one of them gets infected and whatnot, but then they get quote-unquote saved by David, who is Michael Fassbender from the first movie. Although they also have Michael Fassbender. He plays two roles in the movie because apparently every ship needs an android, which makes sense because of the way they do space travel, I suppose. But he's not a broken android like David. He doesn't have the ability to grow beyond his programming. So he's more like Bishop, he's obedient. He's also kind of doing a Bishop impersonation, which is nice. He doesn't say you. Well, actually, maybe he does. I don't remember. But anyway, they meet David, and it turns out he wiped out the engineers. He killed the main character, Prometheus, for no reason, and then he like infected her and face-huggered her and whatnot, and he both loves her and also hates her. He hates her because she's human and he's grown to despise humans, but he loves her because she saved his life. It's very confusing. But actually there is one more funny scene because once they discover that David is a maniac and is actually creating life, he's like manufacturing xenomorphs. He also somehow created facehugger eggs by himself. I guess he might have used Shaw's body, I suppose. I don't know. Either way, he has facehugger eggs, and he's like the captain of the crew on the planet sees him talking to a xenomorph, and the captain shoots it, and David's like, "No, don't do that." And then he's like, "Oh, you're going to tell me exactly what the hell's going on here?" Because he sees David talking to a xenomorph. And then David's just like, "Yeah, okay, come into this quiet part of the building, and I'll tell you my secret plans." So he does, and then it's a room full of facehugger eggs. One of them opens when the captain's nearby, and David says, "Oh, they're perfectly safe. Go have a look. Stick your head right in there." I'm not saying it verbatim, but he says something along the lines of, "Go on, take a closer look." And he does. He just sticks his head right in there, and the obvious happens. It's like, your character is not being portrayed as being stupid. I don't know why you would do that. But anyway, that leads to the only other good scene in the movie, which is the good Michael Fassbender character. I think was called... Oh, I don't remember. Was he called Michael? Don't remember. Either way. No, it wasn't. It was definitely not Michael, because it's Michael Fassbender. Whatever his name was, he protects the lead from David, so it leads to Michael Fassbender fighting himself as two androids, and it's a pretty cool fight. Walter, that was his name. Yeah, Walter. Oh, prior to that though, there is the very strange scene where Michael Fassbender kisses himself because David is experiencing emotions he doesn't understand. We're also about to die, probably, which is a shame because I got damage. He does also force himself upon and kiss the main character, just prior to being saved by Waller. And he is full of milk. Yeah, well no, that's a different scene that's earlier on, but yeah, they do also play the flute together. It's not a euphemism, they literally play the flute together. They play with David's magic flute that controls the xenomorphs. Yes, he does also say at one point, you do the fingering, I'll do the blowing, or something along those lines. And David is very soft-spoken. Look, he was using the correct terms for the instrument they were playing, okay? It definitely was not one of the most homoerotic scenes to ever be seen in a major motion picture. And when they kissed each other, I'm sure it was platonic. They knew what they were doing because there's the whole Cain and Abel thing with those two. It's deliberate, yeah. But either way, then there's a big escape sequence where the main character, one random soldier who almost gets face hugged, like it grabs him, but then someone cuts it off him, but then the acid blood burns him, but he lives. And then Walter, but it's not really Walter, it's David, which is in no effort, like the film makes no effort to hide the fact that David kills Walter, and yet it expects you to think that Walter survived when he acts in a manner that Walter would not. So whatever, but they get rescued by Tennessee, get off the planet. Hello Lan, I'm almost done. So my question is, because I do have a question, The xenomorph that ends up, the fully grown, not like albino, doesn't have chitinous armor yet, the fully grown alien that looks like the one that attacks them as they're leaving the planet, the one that attacks them on the ship, where did that come from? Because the soldier did not get face hugged, he didn't get hugged long enough, and even if he did, that one egg made it in, he was not infected long enough that an alien would have popped out, let alone grown. So where did it come from? And the ship that they got onto the Covenant in is like a weird platform thing, so there couldn't have been one hiding on it. There was only one spacefaring thing on it. And they were all in it. So where does the alien come from at the end? Like, I couldn't work it out. And it wasn't David slipping one on, because he's like hiding facehugger eggs in his stomach. But that's not related to the alien. You're gonna Google? No, the captain lives. No, sorry, the captain died on the planet, yes. Which is could be the one that attacks them as they're leaving, but that one dies. And the main character crushes it. Using a grabby arm of the platform thing that's rescuing them. But it's established that they don't grow into fully formed xenomorphs yet. They become albino ones first. Because the sole survivor is not counting all the sleeping crew. Oh, hang on. The xenomorph was able to board the ship by nesting away inside the body of one of the crew members? Okay, that's dumb. But again, even if that was, so the one that had acid on his face and did get grabbed for a second, he's got an egg in him. Fine, okay. It's literally like minutes after they get back onto the ship that the fully grown, like, stereotypical black xenomorph is attacking things. It takes a bit longer than that for not much longer, to be fair. I think they grow quite quickly in the original, but longer than like minutes. Wait, is Sean bursting out of him? Was that in some like extended version? Because I've just got like the basic version. Oh no, I just used my last key. Because I think the last time I remember seeing him is him, Tennessee, the main lady, and Scottish doctor lady, I think? I think she's someone else. I don't know if it's Scottish doctor lady or someone else. No, wait, no, Scottish doctor lady was in Prometheus. Never mind. It was someone else. They're all the sole survivors, not counting the sleeping crew. And then the first thing you hear that something's wrong, the doctor and the face-hugged guy are the first victims. Him being dead with his chest open? Oh, you see the aftermath. Okay. I don't remember them seeing his corpse. I remember them like seeing all the blood coming out of the medbay and then looking in briefly. But again, he's face-hugged for like a second and it doesn't... Shit. It doesn't fully get grabbed on him because his friend rescues him. That's why he gets acid on the face. Oh yeah, we had Eden's Blessing. That might be good. Well, whatever. Okay, fine. It's movie nonsense just to make it happen. Although the fact that you googled that and found multiple answers implies that I'm not the only one that asked. What hit me there when I killed them? It takes 1 second to get impregnated? Am I the only one who's seen the original Alien? That thing is on the guy for ages before it falls off, having died after impregnating. And these are like proto facehuggers. These aren't like the... Well, I guess you could say they're the final versions because they look the same. But they might not be. If they even look at you, you're pregnant. I should buy that. Once the alien embryo is implanted, the facehugger will remain attached until the implant is secure, which can take anywhere less than a minute to 16 hours. That's the same kind of BS as like how long does it take to become a zombie in World War Z. It takes somewhere between 10 years and 2 seconds depending on how important it is to the plot. Oh, but that ending to the film though. Well, either way, one of the fully grown xenomorphs is on the ship with them. So then Final Girl in Tennessee grab guns and they wander through hallways, and then they have a massively boring conclusion. Where, stop me if you've heard this one before from seeing any of the previous films, they defeat it by blowing it out into space. It's like, it's so utterly anticlimactic, I don't know why they bothered. Oh yeah, sorry, prior to that, the utterly pointless full body sex scene. Where once the alien is on the ship, two of the survivors that stayed on the ship, the crew, the pilots, I don't know what to call them. I don't think their title is pilot, but whatever. What is this nonsense wall of text? You're going to need to give me a TLDR on that. Anyway, yeah, for no reason, final 10 minutes of the movie, two of the characters are having sex. And it's like that scene from Aliens 3 with Ripley in the shower, but instead, what if the characters were having sex? And then the xenomorph tail came up like a penis. And then its mouth went through the guy's head like a penis, and then poked out his mouth like a mouth penis. And then the lady got killed, and then the survivors look in and you just see their fully naked bodies lying on the floor. For absolutely no reason, in a movie that's had no reason to feature any nudity or like sleazy sex scene. It's so weird and just doesn't fit the theme at all. I think it was just a lazy way to get those characters murdered because they just did not care and they hated that people disliked Prometheus. Because the ending does feel like a slasher movie. In a bad way. Because then, oh, you think the villain's dead and then they're going back into cryosleep to go to the original planet they meant. And then, uh-oh, just as the final girl is going to sleep, she realises it's not Walter, it's David. And then he gets to laugh evilly and then she gets put to cryosleep and then he wanders around and it shows he has facehugger eggs. And that's the ending. And that's going to be the ultimate ending because I can't imagine they're making another one after Covenant flopped. It's a bloody awful movie and a terrible follow-up to what was a fantastic movie. Well, let's not say fantastic, let's just say great. Michael Fassbender is the only redeeming quality in Covenant. Him doing two different roles, doing two different voices with two different personalities. Hamming it up a little bit as David though, just like a little bit too evil. Like comically evil. I liked it more when he just had massive disdain for humans rather than like, I must kill every human because I'm evil now. They're not making another one, are they? They can't possibly, like nobody liked Prometheus and then Covenant flopped because nobody cared. What will this do for my giant bone? Okay. Well, yeah, give it a few years, but that would be another soft reboot. Probably. I can't imagine it'd be a continuation. A Disney Plus TV series? Yeah, okay. Like, obviously not everybody watched them back to back like I did, so they wouldn't feel this as much as I did, but the tonal whiplash of going from such a slow, methodical sci-fi thing to the visual equivalent of giving the middle finger because you didn't like Prometheus over, like, 2 hours. It's like a greatest hits of all the other Aliens movies, but with no effort. Nice special effects. Some cool looking shots. But like no substance at all and just awful, awful characters. who are somehow stupider than the ones in Prometheus. No, that was 9 lives again. Could have ruined another run all over again. I guess you could... I don't remember the name of the planet that we're going to, but if that was the name of the planet that they find in Alien, then I guess they already have linked them up. I don't remember though. I kept on trying to think, well, what was the name of the original planet they went to? Is that the one they're talking about going to? Is this how it all links up? But it doesn't need to link up. Like I say, Prometheus doesn't need to be an Aliens movie. Just... you could have just had like a slightly different looking android man, and then it would have just stood on its own, and I think people would have liked it more as well. You agree, but Ridley Scott doesn't. Ridley Scott is a very, very confused old man. LV426, that's the one. You'd think I'd remember just from playing that Aliens game last time. And by last time I mean... that came out in August? Is that when we played that? It was good, but forgettable. Because I think they mention it in that. Fire Team! Aliens Fire Team, yeah. What is he busy doing at the minute? Oh yeah, in Prometheus, Idris Elba is in it and he's good. He's the ship captain. He has a nice arc. And the like first mate, for lack of a better term, I was like, I know this guy. Where the hell do I know him from? Like, what have you been in? What have I seen you in? I've seen barely any new movies, but how do I know you? And then it finally triggered, like, oh, that's who you are. It's the guy who plays Wong in the Disney Marvel movies. He's gotten a little chubbier as he's got older, but he's in Prometheus as the, like, first mate. This room sucks, because if I turn into the ghost, I'm one hit away from death, but if I kill them as this form, I get hit. Yeah. Yeah, I did see that Ridley Scott blamed millennials for some movie I've never heard of sucking. As I say, he is a confused old man. He knows how to frame a shot though. There's some really nice looking shots in both those films. Oh, come on! Well, I'm out of bombs, so... yep. I think he's using an English accent in Prometheus. I can't actually remember now. As I say, watching them back to back kind of led to them gelling together, even though they could not be more tonally different. I know it might sort of give it away in the title, but what is the plot of the Last Duel? Is it about two people having a last duel? I think people would probably prefer to see that kind of stuff in the Kingsman movie. Knights dueling over a rape accusation. Is it a metaphor for Hollywood? Certainly, our lack of angel deals is making this pretty hard to make happen. Didn't someone else blame Marvel movies for something? The guy who did The Irishman, I'm blanking on his name. Nobody likes my really slow, boring movies anymore because they like superhero movies. It's the superheroes that are wrong. Seriously, stop giving me rooms with this enemy type. It is not fair. Or give me Spirit Heart so I can take the hits as the ghost. That would be nice. Scorsese, that's the one. What does this do for the bone? Oh! That's pretty cool. Okay. Just get Suda Tenshoing all over the place. So that's how I spent my day off anyway. It's been a really long time since I've just sat and watched movies. It's kind of also why I retweeted that like it's your day off but you still feel like you should be doing something meme. Because it was a wasted day. Oh, while watching those movies I was painting a large miniature, to be fair. The Nightfall Bane. So I posted a picture of it, although I've made some alterations since then. Pray I do not alterate it further. Alternate, rather, not alterate or whatever I just said. I like this effect, because it's like I'm striking the enemy anime style so they don't know they're dead yet. Until the effect vanishes. If you only want films that are 90 minutes, then I have a recommendation for you. It's Friday the 13th, parts 1 through 8. All of them are under 90 minutes. I don't remember what the poker chip does. I remember what it does in Four Souls. I don't think if there's anything else I had to share. Next week there'll be a new miniature game series on the channel, on the tabletop channel obviously. I think I'm probably going to call it a day with Shadow of the Bat, probably. I'm fairly indifferent to how it plays, and the final part of the one I was doing, I think 2 people wanted more, and then there was one other comment and it was just a paragraph of roll correction with no page citations or anything, so I can't even validate if they're right or not. Although honestly, if they were, I wouldn't care. But either way. Not nearly as bad as that person who sent me an email. That is just a sociopath. Okay, even if this run goes the distance, I don't think I can get the key to get in. And now I'm too warm from talking about good and also bad alien movies, so my Twitch partner, adorably warm fleece, will need to get moved. There we go. I feel like that game would work more with more people. Wait, which game? Oh, Shadow of the Bat. The problem I have with it would not change, it would actually get worse with more people. Which is there's too much time spent rolling dice to assign and less time actually doing things. It's a bit too slow. I'll save a key, why not? Don't know what this is. This is something I've unlocked. Candy Heart, the Power of Love. Ooh, picking up a heart gave me stats. Interesting. Now, is that every heart? Do you come with the car? Just give me a deal with the angel. And then this run might be worth something. We've become a blue skeleton. We look like Mr. Manhattan. If he wore red high heels. Wait, Dr. Manhattan, not Mr. Manhattan. Mr. Manhattan is the award he was given for strutting around naked constantly. Because they thought it would make him stop. It didn't. Even though we've got Curse of Screw Me Around, I'm going to go back to the secret room. Yoink. Wait, there's a Batgirl movie? Since when? Who's playing Batgirl? And are they going to get a cameo in the Batman movie? Are they trying a cinematic universe only for Batman? Actually, let's move him there. There we go. Oh god, the fire rate of the ghost is slow. Oh wait, no, it's not slow. It's just because I have anti-grav. Yeah, I have no idea who Leslie Grace Martinez is. It's a fun name to say, though. We did, in fact, get our deal with the angels. This is back on. I don't know who Hit Girl is either. J.K. Simmons is James Gordon. He played James Gordon in the DC Cinematic Universe. He was James Gordon in the Justice League movie. I think he was only in the messed with version though. I don't remember for sure. Brendan Fraser is Firefly? That is so weird. Oh, but it has Michael... Wait, I thought the Flash movie was the one with Michael Keaton as Batman. Why does it feel like actors are having more names lately? Excuse me, have you not heard of Zendaya? Who I think is the one who plays Mary Jane in the Spider-Man movies? Does she have a surname, or is that like a Maui thing or something where it's only one name? Her name is just Zendaya. Oh, there you go. Yeah, but is that like a cultural thing? This is a chance for all of us to learn, because I don't know. Batgirl is set after the Flash. Wait, Michael Keaton is becoming the mainline Batman, so they're not just doing Flashpoint? Oh, they're wasting such a good opportunity. They could have just done Flashpoint and then made it Robert Pattinson. unless they know something about his performance that we don't yet. Oh, her actual name is Forlong. Okay, never mind. I've accidentally just proved LoJack's point. They did give me stats again. Give me luck, but still. Yeah, from all I've seen of the new movie, it looks really good. Michael Keaton is also a good actor. He's just old as dirt, is all. Hello, Mad Lagger. They just seem to be giving me luck, which is fine, I guess. Well, that's because Robert Pattinson is mostly known as playing like a vampire man in girl movies that I think purely exist to help girls discover masturbation. Maybe? But he was also in the that movie with Willem Dafoe, where they talk about farting a lot. And having sex with lobsters or something. I don't know, I've never seen it. They're filming below your window? Can you hear my Twitch stream on it? Like just stick something to your window that's like twitch.tv/Flik's gaming stuff? Because even if they don't show it, it'll cost them like a couple million digitally editing it out. The lighthouse, that was it, yeah. Deal, damn it. Still in with his chance, we just need another angel deal, that's all. At least Michael Keaton is a known quantity as Batman, so it's harder to prematurely criticize. He played Batman twice, and one of them was good. And he was good as the Vulture in Homecoming. And I recommend Birdman, if you've never seen Birdman, where he's essentially playing himself. Probably the most arty film I've watched in like the last 10 years, Birdman. It's filmed like it's all one shot, it's got like experimental jazz as the soundtrack. I probably told the story before back when I read the book, but you know, Adam West really wanted to be Batman in the 1980 whatever Michael Keaton Batman, and was very unhappy when he wasn't. Then they offered to let him be Alfred, and he turned it down. Because the Batman he grew up with wasn't like grim dark. He didn't really understand where Batman was going. Hey, speaking of which, I saw on the BBC News website today, are they actually making a grim dark remake of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Or was that a joke? Because I know they did a, like, gritty horror serial killer thing about Archie, right? Is that the new in thing? Take a property and do, like, a gritty reboot? How the hell is it a sequel? The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was just a sitcom. Except that one episode with his dad, which makes everybody cry. Sure, give me HP up. Or bum friend, I guess. Okay, well. I could technically... No. Did that show, like, the RT things stop after Luke Perry died? No deal with the angel. It's getting worse. It is still going. I hate to admit it, but the only reason I remembered Luke Perry's name is because I play the episode of The Simpsons that he was on in my head, and I can hear Krusty say, "Sideshow Luke Perry." Oh yeah, Riverdale, that's what it's called, yeah. 6 seasons. Pretty fly. Paralysis. Oops. Careful now. Is that in the worst possible way ever? Oh, I remember what the Hungry Ghost is now. That's pretty cool. Wish I hadn't lost that red heart though. Oh yeah, there was a gritty reboot of Sabrina the Teenage Witch as well. Oh, I saw what Court said there about getting recommended something. This is tangentially connected. You know how Betty White obviously died at 99, however long ago, like a week ago at this point or something? Either way, some tweets about her was trending on Twitter, and I don't know if anyone else saw this, but somebody posted a clip from an episode of The Golden Girls, which I tangentially watched. Like, I saw an episode now and then my friend, when we were teenagers, went through a phase where he just wanted to watch The Golden Girls, so it was always kind of on around me. But anyway, it's a clip from an episode with Betty White, and she ad-libs a story to B. Arthur and, whatever the Texan lady's name was. About herrings that worked in a circus. And it might be the hardest I've ever laughed for quite some time. Because they just cannot keep composure. As in, like, B. Arthur and the other lady, they break character, the audience is just pissing themselves laughing, and B. Arthur is just telling this nonsense story off the top of her head. And it is one of the funniest things I've seen in quite some time. Yes, Herring Circus. I don't want to ruin the punchline, because the punchline is great. But if you can find it on on Twitter. It was doing the rounds. But the punchline is just so good. Eventually, once B. Arthur can get the line out to set up the punchline. Oh right, the ghost is full health. Not anymore. It is on Disney Plus in the UK, yeah. It was never something I went out of my way to watch. I'd just say I was around it. Because my friend just went through this massive phase of being so into it. I must admit, I was scratching my face. Why aren't you dead yet? I can't leave because I might not stay open. Ooh, prison. Okay, before we trigger this, let's just try and do this right. Oh, there we go. Crispy found it on YouTube. You're not allowed to go watch it right now, though, because it's a hell of a lot funnier than anything I'll say. Although I will go watch it after the stream again. No! Someone stop Lily, she's not allowed to leave. She'll discover that there's funny people out there. And I'll be doomed. It's in Discord as well. Fine, but I won't be able to top it. You've been warned. Yes, you see them break as she continues to ramble, but it's the fact that she brings it around to a perfect punchline. Yeah, why am I not as funny as a show that aired in the 80s? It's not fair. You know why it is? Because I wasn't old enough to appreciate the humour in those. I got most of my humour from the 90s. Like, ugh. Honestly, I want this run to, even if we don't make it, because we're getting a little low here now, I want the run to last long enough for people who have gone to watch the clip to come back and show their reactions. Oh yeah, if she looked at them, she would break as well, for sure, yeah. It's actually, like, even though I'm streaming, that's a trick I use sometimes. I don't usually do it, but if you feel like you're going to ruin the punchline, unless ruining the punchline is the funny part, like trying to look away from what you're doing to distract yourself can help it land better. Now I'm just thinking about it and laughing. You've ruined the end of this episode by reminding me to bring it up. It's Court's fault, really. Although I guess you could boil that down to him mentioning YouTube suggesting videos, so YouTube is to blame. Cause of and solution to all of the internet's problems, YouTube. I'm having to focus because when you have anti-grav, like shuffle stepping like this helps load up a lot of shots. But it's a hell on your fingers. Damn you. Okay, that's good enough. That clip was delightful. There we go. Oh, come on. That could be bad. Was Lily the only one who went to go watch it? Good. She can never tell anyone else. It's an interesting selection. Well, I guess we'll just give it the oh, we look very impressive. We'll give it the old college try, I guess. I don't think we're going to do it, though. Oh, Willie did too. Did you enjoy it? Don't know why that didn't hit me, but I'll take it. Oh, if I still had all those spirit hearts. Oh, don't know why that black heart was there, but I'll take it. I'm focused. This is the best shot we've got, and it's not even a good shot. Here comes the pain. Where did that card come from? Oh, Bum Friend, right. I made it an angel, that's not too bad, I guess. Oh, we're in. Macro voice. I thought he spawned an ad, it was just his hand respawning. Careful, careful. Don't you death beam again. You death beamed again. Okay, made it to phase 2 at least. It's hardly fair, I don't have any fire of my own. I also am trouble seeing it as well. I can afford to get hit once more time as the skeleton. Oh no, it's this attack. I don't know how to dodge this one. Carefully is the answer. I think the anti-grav on his swipes is moving the shots away from me. Come on, the more mitosis shots the better, or whatever it's called. How are these moving? finger is so sore. Yes! Ooh, that was lucky. That was clutch bum friend. I got bound baby and bone baby. Whew.